Hello, everybody, and welcome to the tutorial for the brand new BackerApplause, the new improved BackerApplause. We had talked about this at the end of 2020, and it is now here. So we're going to go ahead and show you some stuff, explain how the process is going to work, and invite you back to BackerApplause and let us know what you got and how we actually advocate for it. We're not going to take a lot of time of yours. This is going to be a tutorial for you guys to learn what BackerApplause is, how it helps creators, and how it can make actually looking at crowdfunding more fun, more interesting, and actually, hopefully, make creators realize how they might be making their fans experience BackerApplause. Now, for those who don't know, we define BackerApplause as a moment we've given a potential backer a reason not to actually back us. So let's examine. First, let's go to our site. This, of course, has been and will always be hosted over at comicbookadvocates.com. We're really excited to be entering another year of advocating. We're so happy to be improving this program that has been working so well. And we're going to be talking about Twitter feeds as we go on today. But for right now, let's talk about the new and improved BackerApplause. So first, let's start the very basic. Every campaign that we have shows up on our site on this thread. Right now, we actually don't have, as you see listed, many projects. That's because we took the holidays off. But you see right there, Cat Dad makes 100. Cat Dad make 100. I should really make that makes 100. Sometimes you don't have enough room for it, but we probably have enough for makes 100. That'll show up as the preview. And we take our previews basically from Twitter. So what we do is we'll take our Twitter feed, which looks like this, and then we'll put it into that thread, and it's going to look like this. And it's very important that everyone understand that on social media, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to say Kickstarter right here. It's going to say coming soon if you're not live. And if you are live, it's actually just going to show it live. It's going to give you the title right here. And it's going to give down here a description. I don't think I've really seen too many descriptions not get listed here. As a matter of fact, I can't remember one on Twitter. I think Facebook will cut it down a little bit sometimes. Keep that in mind. So make it matter. So Cat Dad makes 100. If you haven't been following Kickstarter for the last couple of years, every January there's a special program called Make 100 where you make something that you've created, a special part of this program, by creating 100 of that particular item. For us comic book creators, we usually launch a new book or an older series with a new cover or maybe updated content. And we're going to have a coloring book cover. See, that's on purpose. I want people to be like, wait a minute, a coloring book cover? How is that possible? What is that? I want them to be interested in it. See, this is a hook right here in your title. It shouldn't just be Cat Dad #2. If your comic has an inside, because a lot of comics are numbered. So if your comic is, let's say, we'll put, just looking right here, BackerApplause issue 100. People are going to be like, wow, that's way too much for me to get there. So what I would do is go BackerApplause, a new and improved way of advocating right there, because I want people to be interested in it. And then later you can tell people you can catch up with back issues later. And then right here, that's where you would put in the back issues, but I really wouldn't suggest that. Again, I would go for your elevator pitch. So my elevator pitch, not necessarily just for the book, but also why the coloring book is here. So we put Team Cat Dad is back, and this time they tackle what it means to be, it should be a hero. As you see, we're still developing it, and we're just about to launch it in 2 weeks, so there's some errors here. This is being used deliberately to show you guys, but you don't want errors once it's live. So again, this is something I was doing, and you don't want errors. And before we actually ran the program, I knew there were errors, so I wanted to show you how quickly an error could be bad. So I actually left these errors for this program, and we'll wind up fixing them after we go off the air because they're important. You have to do this. You have to go to Twitter. When you post it, read your stuff and make sure you're reading your stuff out loud. Should say, and again, we've seen it, Cat Dad makes 100. That one I didn't even catch until we were doing this video. shows you that you got to do this a couple times. So Cat Dad makes 100, a coloring book cover. And then Team Cat Dad is back. And this time they want to, this time they tackle what it means to be. And right there, we should have a hero. And get one of 100 Cat Dad coloring book covers or cover. It's hard because this is limited. Sometimes it's not going to be as perfect as you want to. Consider it more like a tweet. You want it to have the basic information, but you only have so much room to actually land it. Now, I could get rid of right here the Cat Dad coloring book cover because I've already said that. But then I wouldn't have the fact of being able to say it's one of 100. I could change this to get your exclusive one of 100 Cat Dad coloring book covers. And we'll be playing with this a little bit more before the launch. This is what we're going to be looking at this year because on most social media platforms, despite BackerApplause relying mostly on videos, I don't think that most fans, most potential backers actually ever see the video until they've already gone through the basics. The other basic we're going to look at is the cover art for this, as it were, the preview picture. So what's that preview picture showing? So for us, for Cat Dad, it's introducing a character. It doesn't give you the full look of the character, but it gives you Cat Dad having an argument with this new character. But we've never really seen Cat Dad be in this position where he seems very animated. Usually Cat Dad is kind of more of a drawn back humor character. So that is the idea here, is to hopefully show you that something has made him angry. But what would cause Cat Dad from shrieking to actually standing up to someone, and why is he angry? And then if you look what it means to be a hero, that's a pretty deep thing. Now, of course, this is geared towards a younger audience, but we always stress that it was for all ages. Now, eventually, you're going to want to make sure that your covers or preview pictures, as they are, change throughout your actual campaign. Not only that, but I should mention, you can change the title and even your elevator pitch or the info section. So all of these can be changed throughout your entire campaign. There's no reason not to. You can always change right here to make it something else. You can change this to make it something else. This is always who the creator was, by the way, just to go over some quick stuff with you guys on a Kickstarter angle. Make sure that you're saving something. Notify me on launch if you like what you see. And you should do that by going to catdadandsupermom.com for this one. Unless we've already launched, because this will be for the whole year. And still, you can go there. I'll leave a link so you can catch up with what Cat Dad's up to now. This can be changed. For the record, now, I'm not even sure if the share buttons here, what I think that's a copy a link button. Okay, and this is an email, this is a Twitter, and this is a Facebook. I was like, I don't remember putting a link, but yeah, that's right. It's a copy a link. I've never actually used that from there. This is just the genre, what's it under, and that's when you're creating it, for the record. And Queens, New York, it's not where the story takes place. A lot of people have made this mistake, and it's an honest mistake. Generally speaking, it is where the creator, is actually from. I'm from Queens, New York, so it's going to be listed as Queens, New York. So that's why that says Queens. It doesn't take place where it is. Matter of fact, most places aren't listed. Sometimes you're going to have to pick a place closest to you, or you're just going to have to go with the state. Excuse me. Think of it this way. If it were where this took place, there'd have to be space in different intergalactic areas, because not all of our comics take place in Earth, and some of it takes place in very unique places, like Metropolis in Gotham. So, well, that's DC, but you get the point, because your mind instantly realizes it. This has nothing, the bottom here, to do with the story itself. A couple people have made that mistake. It's not where the story takes place. So here on BackerApplause.com, we have our own section, which you see right here, and is actually now part of, and we're going to come back up real quick. This is part of, you see it right down here, our actual area. We have Comic Book School, our satellite forecast, and I am Mr. Anderson. So all that's listed. So we have all the Twitter feeds. We have our Twitter feed for BackerApplause in here. And if you want to know about how making a great video works, we had Camilla Zhang. She did an amazing job. We still suggest you doing that. And remember that just $1, this is important, $1 can really make a difference, because $1 gets more people to realize the project's out there. When I run campaigns, I give everyone something, even for $1. And this is just my intro, which I'll probably wind up removing as we're updating this, because right now we're in the middle of updating it. I don't know, I might leave it. I like it. This is who I am, in case you don't know. Actually, let me play it to you from StreamYard. So here we go. Oh, do I not? I don't have my intro. How could I not have my own intro? It's because when I do these shows, oh, wait, no, here it is. All right, so I found it. This is who I am. Mr. Anderson is the unboxable advocating creator known as the indie comics devil, who will tempt you with his devilish tales of fetish, monsters, and more. He is the giver of free hugs and spanks, and he is a partner in Continual Comics. Check out everything Anderson at chainlinks.site. So that's me. That's the $1. Now, to wrap up the show, I just want to finish out with some more information. But that Twitter feed we'd shown you, the reason it's important is that we actually do share the information on Twitter. See, you have the new and improved BackerApplause that's now live on Twitter itself. So that's one of the things that we're expanding. We're going into newer markets. So one of the places we're going right now is right here, and you guys can see it. We are live on Twitter. That's been something new and interesting that's been added in the last couple of months. So you have the new and improved BackerApplause. So that's going to be one of the places we're going to advocate for you. One of the changes we're making this year, and I think it's an important one just for time's sake, and that's mostly my own time, so I can be more effective at being at other places to actually advocate for everybody. We're in a place that is new, is we're going to have less sharing on Facebook. Meta has made it a little harder to get things out. Those creators who are watching this know what I'm talking about. It's almost impossible to get the information out. However, putting a lot of this information on newer sites and different sites, even going to Twitter, which is one of the things we're gonna be doing some reels onto actually Instagram. And if you don't know what a reel is, it's just a short. It's like a TikTok. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put all that information out there, including top 3, which is where I picked the top 3 Kickstarter campaigns that I like. I do on TikTok. We're gonna have a list of everything that's crowdfunding, and when we finally get 1,000 followers on TikTok, and you guys can help with this, you can get us to the 1,000 goal, we are gonna be able to go live. So now I have my own personal MrAnderson.com. Oh no, I'm sorry, Mr. Anderson, no .com. Mr. Anderson, and I'm almost about to hit 1,000 followers, which will mean I can go live. But ultimately, I would like us to go live from here and actually do it. And let me show you, as a matter of fact, let me show you. I'm trying to see if I can find a top 3. One of the last, I think top 3s were on mine, but I'm going to be putting them on this. So even though it's my pick, the top 3 will go on here. And yeah, see, it's on my thing. So I've taken some time off, but here, this is one of the things that we have. Welcome to the first ever BackerApplause The Pitch in a New York Minute. the show where we only read the titles and see if that gives you a reason to go to BackerApplause.com and see more. Let's start with Tart. Tart, Acid in the Wild, Wild West. The time-traveling demon. I think you guys get the point.
I think Godzilla.
That's one of our friends, actually, over there. I'm trying to see his Twitter handle. The Twitter not Twitter. TikTok handle is the one Matt Shore. And here we go.
I think Godzilla.
And a great way to interact with us now is through TikTok. So I think that pretty much covers the expansion of our social media within TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And just so you see Instagram, let me see if I actually have. We'll call it Comic Book School. There it is. So Reels right here. You can see we've got the awards. We've got a reel for that. I haven't had a lot of reels for the comic book advocates as much. Some advice. Not a lot. There's more on my Instagram, but we plan to put more here. And you can see some numbers that you get. We'll be doing it in Facebook Reels, so you can see 1,000 there. On Facebook, there's Reels now too. We'll be doing that. And oops, see, we got mentioned in the story. Wrong button. But yeah, we're on Instagram too. We'll be putting the information on Instagram. So we're going to be trying to take BackerApplause into new areas, because Facebook, where we are capturing what we are capturing, people know what we do, and we want to go to different places that are probably going to be a lot more supportive of us in content creation, especially TikTok. I think TikTok, for now, is excited for content creators. So that's basically what BackerApplause is. Now, we will be examining, as it says up here, the pitch, the title, the preview image, and of course the video. But we're going to put some jeopardy into this. So from now on, when we have our judge, we're going to start with the pitch. You get 3 strikes and you're out. Echo cancel. Sorry, I got my alarm going off. It's almost time to get my boy Jaxie. So we're going to allow the judges to make the call. And they're going to be making the call for us on how many strikes something gets. So if a project's pitch, title, and preview image cause BackerApplause, we won't even watch the video. That's a new interesting feature. It adds jeopardy, and it makes it so much more important. Now, for some, they won't have a video. So if they don't have a video, they're going to get what they need, just not having a video. So they're going to win. But I think through this show, we've seen a lot of people pick up backers because of their videos. And I still believe videos can win backers over. This is an exciting new way for us to expand the BackerApplause, show what we do, expand how we advocate. Exciting new way to examine all of these amazing crowdfunding projects. We have been doing this now for, I think we were looking it up last show, I want to say 5 or 6 years of some sort of version of BackerApplause. So we're excited to continue to watch it grow, change, and evolve. And that's it. I think we've covered it all. We can put you on Twitter, or you can tag us on Twitter. That's at BackerApplause.com. TikTok, find us at comicbookadvocates.com and become part of that. Of course, you'll be listed on our site. That's comicbookadvocates.com. And on Facebook, go directly, and this I actually did not mention, I'm glad I remembered. If you go directly to our Facebook group now here, let me see if I can, there we go. Our Facebook group, is it listed? Yes, here it is. Here at the bottom, the Comics Newswire. If you go directly to the Comics Newswire, click the link on our site. Anything posted on there, you now have all. If you post something in there, basically as part of our rules, anything posted in there, you have agreed to allow us to advocate for you, including your crowdfunding, which means if you put something crowdfunding in there, we may or may not have it on BackerApplause. That is our choice. Why wouldn't we have it on BackerApplause? There are very few reasons. We could decide the content is troubling. For maybe it doesn't look like it's very done. Maybe it's an unreputable creator that we've heard some negativity about. it is too sexual in nature for it to be on a show like this, because recently I had talked about this on a TikTok or a Facebook Live, I forget which, but we had to actually stop our fetish shows because we kept getting reported, and we were getting reported a lot. And despite the fact that it was educational in nature, there are still people who have very closed minds. And you can't change the world always, but you can continue living in it. And that's what we did. So we can't have anything that's too overly sexual on the show, because clearly we get in trouble for it. And I think that, or if we feel that somehow the project is copyright infringing, those are basically it. Any video that has a copyrighted song will instantly be given a strike. So if your actual campaign is using Metallica, and we know it is, you will get a strike. So then you only have 2 strikes, and we won't play the video, but we will start very quickly onto the pitch and then the title. And if those 2 fail, you'll spend less time on the show. We'll still help you, of course. It's always about helping someone and not hurting them. But the more time you get on the show, of course, the more people will notice you. And our start time is now 9 p.m. I don't know why this is stuck here. I have some sort of code issue that says 8:30, and I have not been able to figure out. It's somewhere I can't find in the code right now, and I'm honestly just not that interested to dig it out. When I look in the background, because I'm actually looking in the background right now as we're talking, it actually is not listed where it shows it to you. There is actually nothing there whatsoever. So I don't know why it says that. It's an older thing. It's some sort of glitch, as it were. And we're going to try to, I don't know how to fix it, to be honest with you all. But that's okay. Guess I could just restart a thread. Maybe I'll do that. Can just put it with BackerApplause.com. But that's it for today, guys. I'll figure out the heavy lifting of that. We'll talk to you all soon. Make sure to subscribe to comicbookadvocates.com, where the love of comics come first. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you in 2022 participate in BackerApplause. And make sure to go to TikTok, because a lot of content is going to be heading there.